Hi, this is Robin, and it's Tuesday night, September 17th, and this video is going to be about FTD, being a caregiver, etc. And I'm going to be interviewing the one and only Mr. Albright again, who graciously agrees to do this. So we were talking today about some of the challenges we face, and we just want to talk about those out loud, in color, whatever, and just so that people who don't understand what we go through get it a little better, and those who maybe go through it themselves as well, maybe we'll say something that can help, or at least we all won't feel alone, right? We all know that we all share these challenges. So one thing we were talking about today is we were talking about the idea of feeling loved. And in the very beginning, Dave, it felt like all of a sudden he just kind of dropped me off the face of the earth, like, right? Like, I used to be the person that he looked at all the time with these big, gushy, lovey-dovey eyes, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of, went away. And it really was hard in the beginning. And so now, though, it is equally, we're used to it, right? We're used to it. And I have to say one thing, too, is that, like, Dave does a great job on Facebook of saying all these amazing lovey-dovey things about his wife, and I appreciate that and love it. But also know that, well, you'd say, yeah.
It takes one day, it's there. I'm inspired. I can do it. I might be able to do one, write a poem. I might be able to write just a little couple of phrases, but that'll be it. And until it happens again, I don't.
So, in other words, it's like it's a spark every so often.
Yeah, it's not like a flow anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, that's not the way it is.
Yeah, and that makes it difficult because, on a daily basis, I look for that same.
Well, what you told me, okay, is I would do something every morning.
He would leave me love notes. He left me love notes every morning. Right.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. We're not here to complain. We're just here to talk.
I'm just trying to say that's the big difference.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Nobody else out there is going to know that.
Right.
They weren't there.
Right. Well, and the other thing too is that Dave used to chase me around the house all the time. I mean, it was just nonstop. It was like 25 teenagers inside of this man's body, right? Male teenagers that were just coming into their own kind of thing, and it was like it was like that. And
the race is on.
Yeah, and so and it used to annoy me. I honestly, it's like, leave me alone, right? Is the way it felt all the time. And now, not that I want to have those 25 young teenagers or young teenager male, in this body again. Not that. It's just the differences are hard because it's just so different. And it just happened kind of overnight.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we were talking about that. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, it's not, what do you call spontaneous? Is that it's like, it takes thought. It takes, for me to
Want to chase me?
Yeah, I gotta think about it.
It's not an instinct anymore,
No.
right? So that is a really good point, is that those instincts kind of dropped away, and I mean, it shows up in other things too, right? I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it shows up in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, like my job, what the dynamics of my job, I had no idea what it was.
What you used to do.
Yeah, but the, you know, I had a road runner.
A car.
I had
Yeah.
a car. I was into cars. I love to drive. My dad taught me all kinds of mechanical stuff that I wouldn't even, I have to Google, and even then I don't have that drive to sustain, to get what was up there. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah,
yeah,
it makes
I
sense.
don't-
Yeah, all that's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay, but it's like the hard part that I'm trying to get to here, and that we talked about today,
Yeah.
is that on a daily basis, it's hard to know, because every so often, Dave Albright is there, and the rest of the time, it's hard to know. And so, as a caregiver, and I know other caregivers with who deal with FTD as well, it's like you're always trying to guess: is that my husband, or is that the FTD talking? You know, and should I feel hurt about that, or is that something that just came out of his mouth that he has no filter anymore for? Or it's really hard, but it's also hard to be Dave, because Dave doesn't know sometimes what to trust that comes out of his own head or out of his mouth.
It's I'm not the little kind of like Daredevil guy. It's hard for me to like walk more than a couple blocks.
Why?
And my sense of direction
Oh,
is
you're not sure. You don't feel confident that.
no.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so things like that, right? It's hard to know what to trust and what not to for you.
Mhm.
So anyway, it's a big challenge. So it shows up all the time. People will come up to Dave and go, "Wow, you're looking good, buddy." You know, and they'll say to me, "He seems great." Yeah. Well, yeah. Dave can show up and have a conversation,
Yeah.
right? And all sorts of things. But when it comes right down to it, there are a lot of things that are missing in his memory. A lot of things that don't quite connect, right?
Right.
And it's very hard. It's hard for Dave. It's hard for the people to get it.
Yeah, it's some days I'm pretty good at maybe explaining something, but in other days I'm like, I'm just at a loss for what it is you're really wanting to know.
Yeah, makes sense. It does. So anyway, we just wanted to share this, that that this is one of the challenges we face. You know, what to trust that comes that shows up every day, and where it comes from. Is it the FTD or the guy that I always knew? And then sometimes I react on things because they'll hurt my feelings, and then it just gets worse from there. So if you're a caregiver, try your really hardest not to react. That's the big learning thing here, right?
Yeah.
It's better, right?
Yeah,
it's better.
Yeah, in a way, but then at the same time, it's good. One thing you started with us is to talk.
Yeah, we do. We talk a lot about what's going on. And we talked about that today, as a matter of fact, because I really believe that when and if you're in denial about something, it makes it twice as hard for you and for I. And so we talk about the things that show up, and we sit down and say, okay, so this is showing up now. What do we need to tweak and change to make things okay? So it's really about being real in the moment, calling it out, what it is that's happening.
And how I'm getting it, how, if I'm getting what you're saying,
Yeah.
and if are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We do. We make sure that we both understand each other.
Right.
And that's
Hard.
it is hard, but we do it, right? And I think that's what kind of keeps this disease from winning, is we are being flexible with life, and we're saying whatever shows up, we're going to do our best to figure out ways to deal with it and continue to move forward, because we don't want to get stuck, right?
Right.
Right. We want to keep having fun and enjoying life the best we can.
We'll try.
That's right. We
We'll
are.
try.
Yeah. So, all right. So
Fun is different than what it used to be. So,
it is, but it's okay. We
Yeah.
still find ways, right?
yep.
Okay. So anyway, I hope this helps in some way, shape, or form. That kind of gives you a glimpse of what we deal with, and maybe will help someone out who feels the same sort of things. But I don't think we have anything else to share. Do you have anything else to share?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. Okay.
I have no profound words right now,
Okay.
so
All right. I don't either, to be honest. So
maybe
I
this is what is the. It's not so much the words, but watching maybe gives you an idea.
That's true. That's good. I like that. All right. Well, I guess we're done.
Okay.
All right. So this is over and out, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.